Let's talk about the WNBA and the league's demise now that Caitlin Clark is no longer going to play this season. The WNBA and the Indiana Fever, Stephanie White, Amber Cox, all the way up and including, let's just keep it real, Kathy Engelbert, Adam Silver, the National Basketball Association, everybody that participated in the farce.
Caitlin Clark injury torpedoes WNBA playoffs as boycott in full effect. The WNBA is facing one of its most devastating moments as Caitlin Clark's season has officially come to an end, and the fallout could reshape the league entirely. Clark, the Indiana Fever star who became the face of women's basketball, will not return this season after battling a series of injuries that began with a quad strain in May, worsened with repeated groin issues in June and July, and ultimately ended in a bone bruise that forced her off the court in August. What should have been a sophomore season of growth and stardom instead became a cautionary tale of how mismanagement, questionable officiating, and relentless physical targeting can derail not only a player but also an entire league.
Caitlin Clark, out for the remainder of the 2025 season, something we all think we knew was coming after what Stephanie White said earlier today. We couldn't be too sure until we see it for ourselves. And with this announcement from the GOAT's mouth herself, Caitlin Clark won't be returning this season, nor if the Indiana Fever make the playoffs.
Fans are furious, calling for boycotts, refunds, and accountability from leadership, particularly Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, who has been criticized for silence and vague statements rather than concrete action. The frustration stems from more than just Clark's absence. For months, fans watched referees swallow whistles as Clark endured constant contact, from jersey grabs to hard screens that left her battered night after night. The Washington Post even documented the pattern, making it clear that Clark wasn't just facing tough defense, she was being targeted. Last year, she absorbed nearly 20% of all flagrant fouls in the league, many from rivals like Angel Reese.
The WNBA and all the people that follow the WNBA and try to promote the WNBA don't understand that Caitlin Clark's game resonates with us. I say this every day, and every day I got to deal with somebody else dumb in the media. Caitlin Clark's game resonates because she's got flair, she's got flash, she's got style. I said this before, and I'll say this again. We saw Sue Bird's game. We saw Diana Taurasi's game. Kim Mulkey was Sue Bird before Sue Bird became Sue Bird. We've seen it. We haven't seen Caitlin Clark.
Those weren't normal plays. They were aggressive hits, sometimes followed by players openly mocking her pain. For fans, it wasn't just a lack of fairness, it was negligence. And when the WNBA's brightest star, responsible for record-breaking ticket sales and TV ratings, was left unprotected, the damage became inevitable. Clark's injury didn't just affect Indiana Fever games, it shook the entire WNBA business model. Road arenas that had been selling out thanks to her presence suddenly faced empty seats and refund demands. Ticket prices for marquee events, like the All-Star Game in Indiana, collapsed overnight when her season-ending status was confirmed.
I mean, it's a gut punch that basically encompasses an entire season of them. The Fever have lost so many players to injury, but obviously none bigger than Clark. And there was such a wait for this second season after her magnificent rookie season. And then, you know, the anticipation of her possibly coming back, only for that not to happen, takes a lot of air out of the room, obviously takes a lot of energy out of the fans, and is a devastating blow for not just the Fever and the WNBA.
Television networks that invested in The Clark Effect saw ratings nosedive, and sponsors who had aligned with her brand found themselves tied to matchups losing appeal by the week. What fans see now isn't just a star sidelined, it's an entire league losing momentum. Even more damaging has been the league's lack of transparency. Clark was listed day-to-day for weeks, giving fans false hope she would return, when insiders reportedly knew her recovery window made that impossible. That disconnect left many feeling misled, sparking organized boycotts aimed at playoff games and beyond. The anger is no longer quiet frustration, it's a movement demanding reform. Clark herself expressed deep disappointment in a statement, thanking fans for their support and vowing to return stronger in 2026.